Hi, I'm Kayla.
And I'm Melissa.
And today we're doing a podcast for our senior year English book project. So, starting off, my book is The War That Saved My Life by Kimberly Baker Bradley. And Melissa's going to ask me some questions about the book, and then I'm going to answer. So, we'll see how this goes.
Yay! So, Kayla.
Yes.
Who are your characters?
So my characters are Ada, who's the main character, her little brother Jamie, Susan, who becomes their caretaker, Ma'am, she doesn't have a name in the book, but she is Ada and Jamie's mother. We hate her. We don't agree with her. Exactly, that word. She's a okay. We have Maggie, who is Ada's best friend, which actually their introduction is really funny because Ada was just chilling in Susan's pasture with Susan's horse Butter, when all of a sudden Maggie comes riding down on her horse, to which the horse crashes, and then Maggie just starts swearing, which is a really funny introduction. Fred Grimes works on Lady Thornton's estate. Lady Thornton is Maggie's mother and is the one who put Ada and Jamie under the care of Susan.
That's your middle name.
Yeah, that is my middle name. So Fred Grimes is a stable hand on Lady Thornton's estate, and he's kind of the one who teaches Ada more about horses and how to properly ride one. And then there's Stephen White, who's like a minor character. He is Ada's neighbor who helps carry her to the train station by giving her a payback ride.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Steven.
Stefan.
Is he Spanish?
I guess that's Spanish. Okay.
It's a Spanish name!
Alright, so I believe that's all like the characters that matter. Unless we include Becky, who's dead. Becky was Susan's best friend who died of pneumonia. So
unless we include Becky,
because Becky. God. All right. So
what's your setting?
So setting is England, World War II, 1943. Essentially, this is like right in the peak of World War II, and right as the bomb threats.
I probably shouldn't have done that.
What was that? Right as bomb threats are being dropped, are being not dropped yet, are threatened to be dropped on England, so the children are being evacuated. That is, what are you doing?
Demonstrating.
Okay, demonstrating bomb.
Explosion. So what's your plot?
So, World War II, not World War II, oh my god. The War That Saved My Life, is a historical fiction novel that's set in the setting of World War II. It tells the story of Ada, who is our main character. She's a 10-year-old girl with a club foot, which basically means her foot be all twisted the wrong way. Cripple! Like me. I'm not wearing my brace right now.
Kayla!
What?
You should be.
No, my doctor said I can start getting off of it. Anyway, Ada is kept hidden in her household by her abusive bitch of a mother. There are children nearby. I really can't say all the words.
They can't hear you. They can't hear you.
And anyway, she keeps her hidden in their one story flat, which is an apartment. And basically literally says, I kid you not, this is like a semi-quote from the book. When Ma'am starts talking about evacuating Jamie from the bombs, and Ada's like, but what about me? Where am I gonna go? And then I kid you not, her mother looks at her dead in the eyeballs and says, getting a bomb dropped on you would do some good. When the war threatens to evacuate the children to the countryside for safety, Ada seizes that opportunity to escape with her brother. She is evacuated to the countryside with her brother, where she begins to discover her own strength, independence, and self-worth. Because, getting abused for having a disability that could have been fixed at birth. Anyway, location change due to
weather.
Storm. Zeus is interfering with our ability to record at this current moment. Even though it's sunny, but it was still raining.
Apollo and Zeus got along for once.
Oh my god, get along with this gay son. Never thought I'd see this. What a time to be alive! Back where we left off, the setting, Ada seizes that opportunity to escape her confined life, and she is evacuated to the countryside with her brother, where she begins to discover her own strength, independence, and self-worth.
The dogs are escaping.
Through new friendships and adventures, Ada learns that she is capable of more than she ever believed, and the war unexpectedly becomes a catalyst for her personal growth and freedom. Did someone say freedom?
That was horrible.
I would do an actual eagle screech, but I don't want to scare the child. Okay.
Don't scare the child. It's for development. See, you didn't scare the child.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yes.
How do you feel about the plot?
How do you feel? Not much, man. About the plot, I do like how the story is set up, and I also really like how it's like it gives. How do I explain this? It's like personally, when it comes down to it, the development of the plot goes it's it's not really slow. I kid you not, by chapter 3 they're already on the train moving. So it's very fast paced, but not like too fast. It's at a good pace where it's like you can still be entertained, but you're not getting bored while reading it. Which I think is one thing I really like about it, because I have a really short attention span. So when it comes to long paced books, I can't do it anymore. So what's next?
So how do you personally relate to this book?
Personally, it comes down to like the way Ada finds people to rely on and that she can like learn to trust is where I think I personally connect, because back when I was a wee little lass, I hated people. Okay, I hid from mascots. Okay, I didn't talk to anyone. Okay, I've gotten a lot.
You talked to me.
Yeah, I asked you how to play. I asked you if you wanted to play I Spy, but I wanted to meet people, but at the same time, I was stop it. So I guess like what I'm trying to say, if I could speak, is that I personally relate to Ada, like learning how to trust people. And like there's another specific thing where in the book what happens is that Ada begins to have like a panic attack, and Susan wraps her in a blanket what's the term?
Swaddle?
No, not it. What's the term? Symbolize, but not symbolize. It's
synthesize?
No, it to reenact a hug, because Ada did not like being touched, really, which is something I also relate
to.
Substitute, yes. Substitute as a hug, which helped calm Ada down, and that it relates to me because I get really anxious, and sometimes like just being wrapped up in a blanket is helpful, especially if I'm trying to be serious, especially if you don't like being touched. Like me, I'm not a physical contact person that much. This one is complete. Stop it. Anyways,
I did it. You love me.
With this treasure I saw. The meaningful themes in the book are resilience and courage, where we see Ada overcome her physical limitations and emotional hardships to find her independence and courage. Hear me out here. Yay. The power of friendship. Okay, the book really highlights. My Little Pony. The book really highlights the importance of kindness, trust, and forming meaningful relationships in healing and personal growth. The impact of war on individuals is also a theme that's shown, because the story reflects on how World War II affects ordinary people, emphasizing themes of displacement, survival, and hopes amidst chaos. We do see this when Ada starts helping out with Maggie and stuff when it comes to aiding injured soldiers. who come into the countryside for like treatment, and we do see Ada helping with the treatment, and also Maggie's brother is in the Air Force. So older brother Jonathan.
My dad? No, he was in the Navy.
It's okay. We can't hear the child. The mics isolate it. You can't hear it, but there's a screaming child. The final theme is growth and oh my gosh, growth and healing, where we see Ada's transformation.
Botany reference?
Growth and healing. Ada's transformation showcases how overcoming adversity can lead to personal development and emotional healing. And like overall, this is really one of my favorite stories because it's such a fast-paced book, but it comes with so many like big themes in it that you really don't think about your first time reading until you're given the questions, and then you really think about it. You're like, wait a minute. So yeah, overall one of my favorite books. I first read this in 4th grade, and it has been my favorite book since then. There is a second book there's a second book. It's called The War I Finally Won, and it is insert here, and it is a very good sequel, and it gives like and it wraps up Ada's story in a very nice way.
Spoiler alert: Susan adopts them.
Way to go, Brenda.
My name's not Brenda.
Anyways, it's your turn. All right, so
I'm not actually gonna lay on the floor, but
okay,
and roll away.
Okay. So Melissa, what is your book?
Cinder by Marissa Meyer.
All right, and who is your main character in the book?
Cinder, who is on the front cover.
Okay, but what about like more about her?
So she is cyborg. She is missing her left hand and her left leg. She's also a mechanic, and she hides the fact that she's a cyborg because in their society, cyborgs are looked down upon and thought of as less.
Well, guess that position as a what was she?
Mechanic.
Mechanic costs her an arm and a leg. I have never heard about your character before, but knowing that I can make a joke like that is very funny. Anyways, so are there any other like big characters in your book?
Yes. So there is Cinder's love interest, who is the prince of the kingdom she lives in. His name is Kai. He's cool and weird.
He's a quirky little guy.
Yeah. He's the prince. He's described as very good looking, apparently. So we're told.
Supposedly.
And now I'm blanking on everything I thought of. That's brain difficulties. One moment.
Allegedly good looking, apparently.
He is the king of the. He becomes the king of the kingdom where Cinder lives. About in like the second quarter of the book. Because his father dies from a major plot point that we're gonna get to later. There's also Eiko, who is Cinder's only friend, and she's a robot, specifically referred to as androids in the book. Eiko's really cool. She has a faulty personality chip, and sometimes forgets that she's android and not human.
Is her name Cinder like a play on Cinderella?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a retelling of Cinderella.
Okay, but in the AI world. Not AI, robotic world.
Futuristic, cyberpunk.
Futuristic, we've been taken over by robots.
No.
Okay.
No.
Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, so we also have Cinder's stepmother, who is again a see previous word. Yeah, that. She thinks of Cinder and treats Cinder as her servant, like in the original Cinderella fairy tale. And she hates her. There's also Cinder's stepfather, who is dead and very much haunts the narrative.
Who is dead, and he haunts my dreams. All I hear are screams.
Every time I dare to close my
What is
eyes.
so you talked about the setting, but
Yeah.
like what is it specifically? Like where do they spend most of their time?
Okay, so a lot of the story is set in the city of New Beijing, and which is located in the country of the Eastern Commonwealth, and it's set after a supposed World War IV, 135 years after World War IV. It's very dystopian and futuristic.
And
robot.
Dystopian robot. I'm beginning to see the vibe. They took everything Cinderella was and made it the opposite.
Yeah.
But kept the plot the same.
Yeah. I forgot several characters, by the way. I have
You'll just have to find out if you read the book yourself.
No, see, one of them is actually really major to the plot.
Okay, hear me out. Cinderella has little mice friends. Does Cinder have friends? Or like little robots?
She has ego.
Ego, okay. You know what? I tried.
One of the major plot points in the book is that the evil lunar queen Lavana, I think I'm saying that right, wants to marry him, and he doesn't want to marry her because she's a tyrant and no one likes her. She's described as being really, really, really pretty. Quote, perfect. She doesn't like mirrors or cameras. She has magic. The magic makes her look pretty.
Yes, if she looks into a mirror, it will show her true self.
Yes, exactly that.
Oh my gosh, I'm a genius, guys. Anyway, what is your personal opinion of the book and the characters?
I like it. Yeah.
See, I'm getting all deep and meaningful. You're like, good book.
I'm not good at this yet.
Oh, I'm just making half the things.
Yeah,
I say. Okay,
go. So back to the question. What is my personal relevance?
Yeah, you don't know. Okay. Think of one thing. Oh wait, your mother made you vacuum the entire house today.
Oh yeah. So Cinder is made to do most of the housework, and my mother wants me to do most of the housework as well. For example, this afternoon when I got home from school, I had to vacuum the whole house. I don't know why, but I did.
This only happens when apparently she did something. Her mother is very confusing. Her mother is a confusing creature.
Yeah.
We've been best friends for 8 years, and I have yet to understand her mom. And I don't think anyone ever will.
No.
She scares me.
Yeah.
All right.
She does.
What are some themes and symbols in the book?
So, a big symbolism is Cinder being a cyborg, which is disability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Allow me to take a little step in real quick, pretend I'm a therapist. Yes. So what I'm gathering based on how well I know you, first of all, is that another thing you kind of relate to in the book is that her being different, how you felt different, and how like you very, very, there's like, oh wait, I can't talk to people because you were very shy, and also she seems like a confident person, but it's more like
she's not.
She's not? Okay, wow. So she just might be you. But,
yeah. But Asian.
Yeah.
And cyborg.
And cyborg. So like that's what I'm gathering. You like really just connect to her personality and like how she physically just feels like an outcast.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else like notable about your book?
The big plot twist at the end is that Cinder is the missing princess from the moon.
Oh my gosh, it's a gotcha movie. It's a gotcha mini movie. Oh my god, the lost hybrid princess.
The book is from 2014. So yeah.
Does it matter if we include spoilers or not? Okay, so
I don't think so.
So one little thing that happens that makes me very happy. So in the book, The Word That Saved My Life, Ada has like learned how to ride a horse. Susan got her crutches so she could get around and actually bought her shoes.
Did she also give her surgery in the second book?
That's the second book. In the second book, Susan does give Ada surgery, but she can only do that if she is Ada's parent. But here's the thing. Mam's still in the picture. Guess what happens? Okay, so Ada comes home on Butter the horse, and goes and then just kind of walks up and just sees Susan sitting with someone on the porch. Let me tell you, that woman was Ada and Jamie's mother. She just showed up because she had to pay for Susan taking care of them, and she was like, no, I don't think so, no. And showed up, and she brought them back to London. When she did, the bombs happened. The bombs. But believe it or not, like, I'm not even kidding. Ma'am took away Ada's crutches because she wanted Ada to be helpless.
We hate her so much.
Yes, we do. And so when the bombs happened, Ada had to scoot down the stairs. Her brother Jamie helped her, and they made it to a bomb shelter. Yay! When they got out of the bomb shelter, Susan was there. Susan ran to them and brought them back to Kent, which is the countryside where they lived, only to find that Susan's house got bombed because Susan left.
The bird is interrupting,
and she didn't put up the blackout curtains. So they had nowhere to go, but Lady Thornton gave them like a cottage to stay. So that's open. But yeah, but here's the thing. Ada's mom died in the bombings.
Woo!
Epic win. So then Susan adopts Jamie and Ada. And
Ada gets her surgery.
And Ada Ada learns what it's like to actually have people who care about her. Which is a very
a mom. She learned. Jamie cared about her. Don't you disrespect him like that.
I will not disrespect him like that. But but Ada finally learns what it's like to be cared about by a parental figure, so she never has to rely on herself anymore. That's a big thing in the second book, where Susan actually is trying to teach Ada how to rely on other people. I'm pretty sure Susan actually says it. She's like, you need to relearn how to rely on others. You're not on your own anymore. And I'm just reading that as a kid. I was like,
very Kayla core.
All right, thank you for watching our podcast, and we hope we get a good grade on this assignment. So
I think we might have failed.
Don't say that. Anyways, bye.
Yeah. Grand finale. I ate the mic again.
Stop it. This is me documenting how I'm going insane. As you can see, I have a pile of sticks. I've been going around pacing and breaking sticks to a specific size so I can make a joke. And I'm waiting for Melissa. She's not here yet, so. I'm right here, Mom. I'm moving the camera. Too long. Where'd you, Pookie, be?
Let's go.
Okay. Joke. River of Styx, Creek. River of Styx, Creek. Should we introduce ourselves?
How? We're all dead.
There.
Behind the book.
She would be like, hi, Miss Alfred. Hey! Hi, Mom.
Hi, just letting you guys know a storm is rolling in.
Brace for a storm.
What the man? Please.
Okay, my mic's on.
Hello.
All right. Okay, we get it, Aeolus. Jeez.
That is better at the table.
Anyway, so that's basically I think we should just give up on that. Not gonna lie.
Technical difficulties.
Technical. That's not technical. That's literal difficulty. That's book abuse. See, that's a technical difficulty. Anyway, the final theme is
Someone is blonde.
I'll be right back.
Weather difficulties part 2.
Oh
Was
wait,
there-
look, blue jay.
Waffles.
What?
I dubbed the bird Waffles.
Like summer blowout.
Art reference.
From my perspective, you're short as hell.
Yeah, well, for mine, you're a tree. So, actually, no,
Connor
is a tree. See, you run hot.
Yes.
I do not suffer from that. I suffer from cold.
See, okay, you reptile. I am.
Would you like to taste test?
I am a what? Beach.
Beach. Look, it's a perfect little blonk.
I want to jump in there.
Yeah, that's what I just did. Blonk.
Look
You'd
at
have to
this.
jump pretty far though for it to be tall enough for you to jump in. So you
Oh,
don't
I
hurt
can.
yourself.
I can leap. What? I
You
would
do
jump in the
eel
water.
part 2.
Yeah, eel part 2. Insert clip here.
You good?
I'm a mermaid.
You look like an eel.
Bring back my eel era. We'll have to bring Mara here though to recreate
Yes.
it.
I don't think that's the way to go.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Through the mountains. Secret tunnel.
I think Miss Albert will understand that reference.
Yes, she will. If it isn't for
Ew.
the giant Appa poster that she has
Yeah.
next to her desk, I don't know. Something gave it away. Not sure what it was though. I had to go to a meeting one time.
Yep.
I love how I say I'm going to a meeting. I feel like a faculty member because like it's like every twice a week or 3 times a month. I am saying, "Oh, I'm at a meeting," and everyone's like, "Oh, okay."
Yes.
Look, calm water.
Oh my god, don't swim in that.
I want to swim in that.
It could be infested.
You're infested.
Avoid the big mud.
I see. I just walked through it like man.
That was a leaf. It went in my mouth. Maybe we should go back. I think the big massive mud is a sign.
They'll send a sign that they ever existed. A sign that the gods have a plan.
Oh yeah.
I know that the future looks, but not to worry. Just do what you can. I'm going this way.
Okay.
There
Have fun
you-
dying in a mud pit.
I
As
will.
as I
actually.
actively follow you.
I will have. Yeah, you have fun dying in a mud pit. I follow. That looks like a dinosaur track. I know that
You're
was
a
not me.
dinosaur track.
Oh. Update. We got Rita's, and now we're stuck in the rain. So,
I don't like being wet.
the rain started coming down more.
Oh god.
Restore the likes of which we've never seen before. Update, we survived the storm, so.
Yay.
Victory!